Easter is the day that we celebrate Jesus Christ. And for those who believe, it's the day that he rises from the dead after dying for our sins. This video is why I believe that Jesus was a vegan. Let's start at the very beginning when the creator of the universe in the Bible tells us exactly what to eat from Genesis 1:28 to 1:30.
So, when reading the Bible, it is clearly written nice and neatly for you on the very first chapter. And I quote, "So God created man in his own image, and in the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. And God blessed them. And God said to them, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. And God said, Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree with seed in its fruit, you shall have them for food. And to every beast on the earth, and to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth, everything that has the breath of life, I have given every green plant for food." And it was so. Page 1! Page 1, right off the bat, God makes it perfectly clear that he wants all his creatures, humans and animals, to eat nothing but plants.
So even though God gave us this perfect world to live in, humans of course screwed it up. And because of that, he decided to flood the world and start over. And after that, he gave a new command. And this command was, it's okay to eat a little bit of meat. This is where meat eaters justify their meat-eating habits. But the design of the human body never changed, and there was no food to eat after the flood.
Why did they kill us?
They eat them.
Why?
They think it makes them stronger.
Is it true?
They forget. Strength comes from the Creator.
Well, fortunately, God brought his son, Jesus Christ, to planet Earth. And Jesus came in our image, so we could relate to him. And God made Jesus the most kind, loving, peaceful soul that any human being would love to be. Jesus cured the sick and fed the hungry, including the time on the mountain where he fed 5,000. And again, this is where meat eaters want to justify their meat eating habits, because this is where Jesus fed 5,000 people bread and fish. When the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered just a few years ago, they saw in the original writings that it wasn't fish that Jesus fed to the 5,000, but fish meal or fish weed, which is another name for seaweed. And that makes a lot more sense to feed bread and seaweed that wouldn't spoil, dried seaweed, for the thousands of people that were starving. There was no refrigeration back then, so fish wouldn't have made much sense. As kind and compassionate and loving as Jesus was, he couldn't have been anything but a vegan. As a matter of fact, when he went to the temple and saw the taxmen and the people raising animals for sacrifice, he got upset and turned over the tables and released the animals for sacrifice. That moment was more about the animals being raised for sacrifice than it was about the taxman. So when it was time, Jesus was sacrificed for the sins of mankind. He died on a Friday and then rose again on Easter Sunday. And this is the day we celebrate Jesus Christ and his resurrection. Well, not knowing whether Jesus was man or myth, it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is he's someone I can look up to, someone that we all can look up to, someone who's a leader, a mentor, a role model, better than any other athlete or celebrity. And his religion wasn't Christianity at the time, it was love. Jesus was all about love, showing love to one and all. And that's what this video is about. This video is not about religion. This video is about love. Love for all creatures on planet Earth. This is how each and every one of us goes through our daily life and the choices we make. This is about not supporting an industry that's killing billions of animals every year for food that we do not need. And as the Dalai Lama said, whether one believes in a religion or not, or whether one believes in rebirth or not, there isn't anyone who doesn't appreciate kindness and compassion, and that's what Jesus stood for. Kindness starts at each and every person's home and how we live our lives. When it comes to showing love, we must show love to all creatures, just like Jesus would want us to. We may look different, but in our capacity to suffer, we are all the same. Peace on planet Earth absolutely begins on our dinner plate. Peace begins in the kitchens and pantries and gardens and backyards where our food is grown and prepared. The energies of nature and the infinite universe are absorbed through the foods we eat and are transmitted into our heart and our souls. At every meal, you choose either life or you choose death. I choose life. Hate breeds hate, and love breeds love, and pain breeds pain. Every single human being on this planet can make a difference in this world. And it starts, as Jesus would have us do, it starts with one single act. And that is what we choose to eat. And that is the industry that we choose to support.
Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do, absolutely. And we'll talk openly about God. I don't believe in organized religion, but I absolutely believe in God. I believe in the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden. I believe in thou shalt not kill. I believe Genesis 1:29, God's first law is I give you seed-bearing plants for food. I believe that God created humans, animals, and the earth. Therefore, God is inside humans, animals, and the earth. Therefore, if you murder humans, animals, and the earth, you are murdering God.
As we celebrate Easter this year, remember, as Jesus would want us to, is that love is why we are here. And just know that the world is full of nice people, and if you can't find one, be one to all creatures.